All right, so picture this. You've been hammering away for hours, and then you get it. You land a shell. That feeling, right? That rush of victory, and it lasts for, what, maybe 3 seconds? Because that's when you try to stop some runaway command, you hit Control-C and nothing. Just dead air. The shell is just staring back at you, totally ignoring you. And just like that amazing feeling of victory, it just evaporates. And it's never just Control-C, is it? You hit the up arrow, you're expecting your last command, and instead you get this hieroglyphic nonsense. Or you try to fire up Vim or Nano, and the whole screen just melts into this garbled mess. Yeah, these are the classic, absolutely maddening symptoms of what we call a dumb shell. Well, that frustration, it ends today. Right here, we're going to replace that panic with a process, a calm, repeatable checklist that will let you upgrade that dumb shell into a fully interactive one every single time. Okay, so what is actually going on here? Why is everything so broken? Look, this isn't some random curse you get from an old virtual machine. It's a very specific technical problem. And to beat the demon, you gotta know its name. And here's the truth, the one thing that makes this whole topic finally click into place. Control-C isn't magic. It's not some universal stop everything button. All it is a key binding that sends a specific signal, called SIGINT, to whatever process is running in the foreground. But, and this is the key part, for that to even happen, a really crucial piece of infrastructure has to be there first. In that piece of infrastructure, it's the pseudo-terminal, or PTY for short. Think of this as the magic ingredient. A PTY is what gives your shell a proper terminal-like interface. It's like building a little virtual room for your shell to live in, one that understands things like signals and job control. Without it, your shell is just getting a raw fire hose of data with zero context. And that really is the core difference right there. A dumb shell? It's just a simple data pipe. You can shout commands down it, sure, but you can't, conduct the orchestra. But a PTY shell, that hands you the conductor's baton. It's what lets you manage the whole session, what makes job control actually work, and what ensures Control+C sends that critical interrupt signal, exactly like you'd expect. I used to do this all the time. I'd blame the target. Oh, this Kioptrix box is just old and weird. But it wasn't the VM. It was me. I was trying to speedrun terminal physics, and spoiler alert, that never works. Once you realize the problem isn't the machine, it's that you're holding a broken tool, well, the next logical step is to learn how to fix the tool. So, how do we actually fix it? We're going to follow a ritual, a deliberate 5-step process that's designed to take you from that initial chaos to a state of full control. So here's the roadmap, our game plan. First, triage. We figure out what's wrong. Step 2, spawn PTY. We get that real terminal. Then, we fix the term variable and terminal size to stop all the visual glitches. After that, job control, so we can finally use Control+C again. And last, but maybe most importantly, we validate. We prove that it's all working. Okay, so for step 2, spawning that PTY, you've got options. And listen, your goal here isn't to be fancy. It's just to get it done. If Python is on the box, that is almost always your best, most reliable bet. If it's not there, you look for what is there. Maybe it's script, maybe it's Perl. Hey, if you're really lucky, maybe you'll find SOCAT. The whole point is to adapt to what the target gives you. Now, hold on, just spawning the PYTY isn't the end of the story. This next part is what I call the terminal sanity pass. This is how you stop the visual chaos. You have to tell the remote shell what kind of terminal you're using, that's the term variable. You have to sync up the rows and columns so your editors don't look like a glitchy mess. And then use a handy little tool called Study to fix all those other nagging issues. All right, this next bit is going to feel a little weird. I call it the job control dance. And it might seem like superstition, but trust me, it's a critical step. You hit Control-Z to suspend your shell. Then you type BG to put it in the background. And immediately after, you type FG to bring it right back to the foreground. This little dance forces your shell to properly reattach to your new PTY. This is what makes job control and your beloved Control-C actually work again. And here it is, the #1 absolute biggest reason people mess this up and think it's not working. While you're doing this upgrade dance, some of the commands you run can temporarily mess with your local terminal's settings. If you forget to fix them when you're done, your own terminal will feel broken and you'll end up blaming the remote shell for no reason. You've got to remember to clean up your local state. It's so important. Okay, you've done all the hard work. Now for the fun part, the payoff. It's time to prove that our little ritual actually worked.
We're not going to guess. We're not going to hope. We are going to test it and know for sure.
Test number 1, the big one, the Control+C test. Go ahead, start a long command, something like ping or sleep 100. Let it run for a second, then hit Control+C. Did it stop? Did it kick you back to a clean prompt? If the answer is yes, then congratulations. Your shell is now handling signals correctly. That's a massive win right there.
Okay, test number 2, the arrow keys. Just hit the up arrow. Are you seeing your last command? Can you scroll through your history, or are you still getting that weird garbage? If your arrow keys work, it means your remote shell finally understands your terminal's language. So much better, right?
Test number 3 is all about full screen apps. Fire up less or them. Does it take over the whole screen cleanly with no visual artifacts? And here's the other half of the test. When you quit, does it give you your prompt back perfectly, or does it leave a bunch of junk all over the screen? A clean entry and a clean exit is what we're looking for.
All right, test number 4 is a little more subtle, but oh so important. Try to copy and paste a long command into the shell. Does it show up exactly as you copied it, or is it a garbled mess with weird line breaks? This is a great way to check if your data stream is actually stable and not corrupting things. And our 5th and final sanity check, just start typing. Is each letter you type appearing once and only once? If you're seeing everything doubled up, you've got an echo problem. It means both your local machine and the remote one are trying to show you what you type. Getting that fixed is the final bit of polish.
So, by going through this process, you're not just fixing a one-time problem, you're actually building a professional habit. But before we wrap up, let's talk about the common traps, the things that can trip you up and undo all this good work. So here are the big 4 mistakes to avoid. Number 1, a term mismatch. Don't let your terminal speak different dialects. Number 2, forgetting your local state. Don't blame the remote machine for your own terminal's issues. 3, resizing your window in the middle of all this. Just don't. It messes everything up. And finally, trying to upgrade a shell that's already unstable. Get a stable connection first, then worry about making it pretty. So this is it. This is your takeaway, your personal TTY upgrade card. It's 5 steps every time. Triage. What are the symptoms? Spawn PTY. Get a real terminal. Term and size. Fix the visuals. Job control. Make Control+C work. And validate. Run the 5 tests. This is the process. This is the discipline that keeps you calm when things get crazy. And that really brings us to the final, most important question you have to ask yourself. Are you just chasing fragile, clever-looking shortcuts you find online? Or are you building a repeatable skill? Because those shortcuts, they fail when the pressure's on. The real goal isn't to find a magic one-liner. It's to build a process you can rely on, a skill you can trust, no matter what.